Could There Be Vampires? A Vampire Story, Part 10. Parts 1 through 9 are in my playlist. Go back and watch those if you want to understand this at all. And TikTok, this is for entertainment and educational purposes only. So they had this Christmas Eve dinner with the entire family, and I do mean the entire family. This is a house full at this point because they've got their friends, their family, Christmas party, blah, blah, blah going on. Now, the two twins from The Shining, apparently there was a third, but Lauren at this point starts thinking, well, maybe it passed away and nobody's ready to talk about it yet. And it's not like she can just say, hey, who had triplets? Because the only way that she would know that, because no one's told her, is if she'd seen something she wasn't supposed to in a part of the house that she wasn't supposed to be in, right? She knows that this triplet belongs to this set of the twins from The Shining because of their names. There's one missing, okay, out of Donovan, Dathan, and Draper. Draper's missing. Everybody's being festive, snooty as fuck, but festive. So in Lauren's mind, she's like, maybe we just misjudged them. Maybe they have some kind of geneticist that's working on something for, she didn't know what the fuck they were doing. And maybe they just are really into the occult. And maybe the twins just don't talk because they're not supposed to speak unless spoken to. Fucking rich people. And maybe his friend at the bar was just overly intoxicated and mad because they're not friends anymore. And maybe his mom's super messed up on whatever they're giving her out of this lab, from this homegrown lab, and maybe that's how they're keeping her medication regulated. She just, at this point, they don't know, okay? Because she was in the buff in the hallway one night. The friends and family that are there that have to go back home before New Year's do. And the parents of Tristan have requested that they all stay and attend this big time ritzy glitzy New Year's Eve ball. Not a party, a ball. And it's a few days prior, so, Tristan's like, do you want to stay? If you want to go back and party at the college, we can. And Lauren reluctantly, because Saxon's like, let's stay. We don't know who all's going to show up, because she is the party girl, remember? Jason has to leave because he has to go back because they're having some big thing at the frat, and he has to be there. But Saxon don't want to leave. She wants to stay. And Jason's like, babe, it's fine. Just stay. I'm not going to mess around with anybody while you're, up here. Don't do it to me. Basically, don't do anything I wouldn't do. Or that I would. I don't know. So not only do Lauren and Saxon want to explore more, but they can't because there is a house full of people. So they can't just go back and be nosy more. But there's also, Saxon wants to see who all is going to be at this party. Because, the powerful, the rich, and the famous, the elite. For all she knows, the Dalai Lama might show up. Birds of a feather flock together. But in the meantime, they can still roam around the parts of the house that are open. Now, in this few little days where Jason has left, Lauren is still staying in that same room by herself that was right next door to Tristan's. And she's got a couple of these books, and she gets bored at night, so she starts reading them. And the one that Lauren let her use was the one on the transferring consciousness, and it dates back to when the Egyptians were allegedly doing it. And it gives several other accounts, and it gives directions on how to do this shit through another book, which is a book of spells. It's really crazy. Now, in the next couple of days leading up until New Year's Eve, like the day before New Year's Eve, as a matter of fact, Tristan is kind of being absent from Lauren, like a lot more, like at least 5 to 6 hours a day. But that's okay, because she's getting time to spend with her best friend. They're exploring all over this house, and they keep, exploring different huge rooms. These rooms are elaborate and they're huge, and you can get lost. Like one staircase might go up into a room, and then there's another one that goes up, and then one this way. It's really intricate. Well, they run across this room that looks like a formal living room, but there's all this really, really old furniture. And there are like these oil paintings of everyone in this particular family, because the house has been passed down through all these generations, but it's this particular family, and they see a picture of the twins from The Shining. But there's never a third in any of these. Never a third. And these are like really cool oil paintings. Well, there's one on a desk, okay? And it looks like it had been painted over. There was a third, but it had been painted over. So they start looking around and they're like, wait a minute, something is not right about this picture. It looks like it has been painted over in all of them. So if there was a third Draper, then why didn't they just leave him in the pictures to begin with? This is getting kind of long, so it's hard to upload. Join me for part 11. But I'm telling you, I'm trying to wrap this up within the next 2 to 3 because allegedly, I believe in this. This story, yeah, I think it.